If you've ever asked yourself the question, will karma get my ex? Like, get him back for what he did to me? Then let me tell you, yes, it will. You don't have to worry. Your ex, no matter how badly or how little he hurt you or she hurt you, they're gonna get exactly what they gave to you right back. That's just how karma works. Today what I want to talk about is sometimes you've been hurt by someone in a romantic relationship and you don't really know how to make sense of it. Like, why did it happen to you? Why did it have to be that way? Why were you hurt so bad? Why does your ex-partner have no conscience and have no guilt feeling, whatever? And sometimes the easiest way to get over your heartache is just to laugh about it. So my latest blog post is a list of the 20 most funny quotes about relationship karma that I could find on the interwebs, and I put a list together. So I'm going to read them off right now and I'm going to explain. The first quote that I absolutely love about karma in relationships, it's called karma and is pronounced ha ha ha. So this is like a PG version of this quote. The original one was, it's called karma and is pronounced ha ha, F you. The second one is karma saying, I saw that. And the reason is because karma is like the universe. It's the universal law of action and reaction. So every single action has a reaction, and that's just how the universe works. That's how physics works. So any hurt or good deed that somebody has done for you gets recorded in this like universal, I don't know, database. And then when the time comes, the reaction of that comes to you or your ex or whoever. Yes, karma never loses an address. And yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. As I said, the universe, you know, it's like Santa knows where you live. Santa knows if you've been good or bad. It's like the universe knows if you've been good or bad, and you get what you deserve. This one I really like. It's quite like feminine girl power kind of. Karma is just sharpening her nails and finishing her drink. She'll be with you shortly. This one I really like, and like to get serious for a second, this talks about mirror. On the positive side, mirror work is a really powerful tool used in self-healing, self-help, which teaches us to be kind to ourselves. Louise Hay, a famous spiritual teacher who recently passed away, did a lot of this work with people she tried to help. And I'm not going to go into it too much, but I made another video about this like years ago, and I'll link to that so you can have a look. Okay, the quote is, karma isn't a bitch, it's a mirror. Karma shows you exactly what kind of person you've been. And karma shows the other person who you're mad at or who has hurt you exactly the kind of person they've been, because they get back exactly what they gave. Simple. This one's really powerful, and I wrote a whole blog post about relationship karma in which I explained this really in depth. And the quote is, you'll never understand the damage you did to another person until the same is done to you. And so that's why karma exists, so that you can really experience the flip side of that experience. You can really feel the flip side of those feelings that you've caused, you know. Instead of you being the feeling causer, you're the feeling receiver or feeler. And that's the best way to really understand something, is through experience. I wish I could say this to this one girl that used to bully me in high school a little bit, but in the end karma kind of got her while we were still in high school. But like people in my life from the past who've really just made my life difficult. I hope karma slaps you in the face before I do. That feels so good to say. Look, I'm not the kind of person that would ever slap somebody or confront. I actually avoid confrontation, but sometimes I wish I could just, you know. Yeah, luckily I didn't have to. Karma did it for me. And here's another one. In the end, karma will be a bigger bitch than I'll ever need to be. Yep, self-explanatory. And here's another one I love. Dear karma, I have a list of people you missed. Anyway, so if you're angry, say this to yourself. This is your mantra. Keep calm and let karma finish. This is like my absolute favorite. I know I said that for like the last 5 quotes, but really. Revenge? Nah, I'm just gonna sit here and let karma fuck you up. And this is like a highbrow one. It's the opposite of this revenge one. Sometimes you just have to walk away and let karma take over. Walk away. If you're angry, just walk away. Take a moment, breathe, drink a cold glass of water, as my spiritual teacher, Paramahansa Vishwananda, says, and then come back to it and then see how you feel. This one's good. Karma has no deadline. When it comes to the universe and karma and karmic law, time kind of is an arbitrary thing. Karma has infinite patience. Karma does not need to hurry up or anything at all. If somebody has something that they need to get, they're gonna get it now or 10 years from now. And I know this from experience actually, because, for example, I heard somebody in a relationship like 15 years ago, and 10 years after that experience, the exact same pain came back to me. So like 15 years ago, I had broken up with somebody because of certain reasons, or our relationship had just ended. I instigated it. 10 years later, I was broken up with kind of in the exact same way, and the relationship ended because of the exact same things, which were out of my control, and I was the one who was hurt this time around. So, you know, it took 10 years, but the karma came back, and I had to pay for what I had done. So, this is like a lovey-dovey quote by Elizabeth Gilbert, the author of Eat, Pray, Love. This goes, "When the karma of a relationship is done, only love remains. It's safe, let go." Here's like a hashtag truth kind of. You can't do ugly things to people and expect to live a beautiful life. That's kind of basic, but it's amazing how few people have this consciousness. Anyway, this quote is by an author called Gordana Biernat. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's like one of Oprah's favorite authors or whatever. She says, "Karma is nothing more than a reminder that we are one. Harming others, we ultimately end up harming ourselves." This is basically what I was trying to tell you earlier. If you've hurt somebody, the best way for you to understand the pain you caused is by experiencing that pain yourself. And yeah, that's the best way to learn. So ultimately, you're both two sides of the same coin. You can look at it that way. And in that sense, whatever you do to side A, you're gonna feel on side B eventually, because ultimately you are one. So let's just leave it at that. The next quote is, "You get what you give." The law of physics, action versus reaction. This one is a powerful quote by Elbert Hubbard. It says, "Men are not punished because of their sins, but by them." How do I explain that? Okay, let's say you hit somebody as a child, like your neighborhood kid friend. You used to beat him up. And you're not going to be punished karmically because you beat him up, but you're going to be punished by the beating up, meaning you're going to get beaten up, whether by the same kid or by somebody else or by life itself. That's what this quote is trying to say. That's just how karma works. It's such a basic way to explain it. A Hindu proverb about karma is, "They who give have all things. They who withhold have nothing." This is not totally connected to karma, but it's something my spiritual teacher often says. If you have love, give it. In giving, you have more. The more you give, the more you make room to receive, because there's a constant flow. It's like water. If you hold water in a stagnating place, if you let water just sit and stagnate, it festers and it turns into unusable, like swamp water. Whereas if the water is flowing, then it's fresh and clean and you can drink it. It's the same with energy, same with love, same with everything, money, in my opinion, everything. As things come into your life, give it forward, pay it forward, and then there's room for more to come. The final quote is from the Bible. It says, "Whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Again, whatever you do comes back to you. Whatever seed you plant is the fruit you're gonna get. If you plant the seed of hurting somebody, then that's what you're gonna get back. You're gonna get hurt by somebody. If you plant the seed of loving somebody or being kind or generous, paying it forward, sharing what you know, sharing what you have, then you're going to receive that. Those are my quotes about karma. I hope you liked them. If you want more videos about karma or relationship problems, relationship questions, put them in the comments below. Actually, I want to hear in the comments, if you're willing, what your favorite quote was and why. Like for me, I said the revenge one. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and let karma fuck you up. I love that one. I mean, you don't have to do anything. You just like might as well have some popcorn and watch the show. Anyway, put in the comments below what your favorite quote was. And if you're interested, check out my website, thelifester.com. And finally, please subscribe to my channel. It gives me a chance to be seen by more people, and hopefully my videos end up helping a few more people. So please subscribe and help me out. And thanks for watching. रब दिखता है यारा मैं क्या करूं